Hey guys, it's Sebastian from AskSebby, and today we are going to talk about people being targeted for the 100K offer, for the American Express Platinum card, and also some minor changes to the Hilton cards. For the Platinum 100K offer, this is going to be through Card Match. I'll leave a link down below, and pretty straightforward, just go to that site, enter the information, and see if you're targeted. Most people who tend to be targeted are typically non-customers of American Express, but it takes about 20 seconds to check, so I think it's worth it. For this reason, this is typically why I recommend the Platinum card to be your first American Express card, just because once you become a customer, they typically don't need to target you, you're already a customer. I know some people who hate this, but I think it's the same idea with a lot of other companies. They want to give you that bait for that first card, and then once you're in, you're in. Before jumping into the Hilton stuff, let me know down below if you are still someone waiting for that 100K offer. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. With the Hilton cards, we are seeing a few decreases with the Ascend card as well as the no annual fee card. The Ascend card public offer was 150,000 points, and now it's 125,000, and then for the no annual fee one, 100,000 down to 75,000. The interesting thing though is that if you go through a referral link, it seems like you are still getting those higher offers. So if you are someone who benefits from these Hilton points, I think now might be a good time. Again, if you're someone under 524, I wouldn't really burn a slot for one of these cards. They're always going to be here. You can always circle back to American Express. Same thing with if you are trying to get targeted for the 100K offer. So if you're waiting for that offer, I wouldn't really bite on these Hilton cards. I would just wait. These cards aren't going to disappear. Whether you should sign up for this really depends on how you travel and whether you have any uses for those points. If you are someone who is going to stay stateside, I would make the argument that Hilton points are really not that valuable. The main reason being that a lot of properties in the US cost way too much for what it is compared to just paying the cash rates. So I've seen some properties where they want something like 50,000 points when the rate is about $100. I happily pay $100 there just because the cents per point value isn't really that good. I think Hilton points are a lot more valuable if you do want to do aspirational stays. So whether you want to do Waldorf Astoria, Conrad's, and other places in exotic places. If you're someone who wants to stay in the US, I think Hawaii is going to be a pretty good choice just because you're getting about 0.7 cents per points. The Waldorf Astoria property there typically costs about $500. That's the normal rates, but once you add in the taxes and fees, it ends up being pretty expensive. One of the benefits of using points to make redemptions for the stay is that you typically don't need to deal with the taxes, the fees, and typically also not the resort fees. And as you can see from these numbers, that could easily be something from $100 to $150. For me, I'm typically aiming for about 0.7 cents to 1 cent per points. Really just depends on you and how you want to use it. Conrad Koh Samui is also a really good one, even though we went during the rainy season. So again, you're getting a lot of value because the rack rate is something like $500 to $600. If you have gold diamond status, you typically do end up getting upgrades, so that makes the experience a lot more interesting. I'll probably jump to some footage showing that property, and again, we ended up getting a pretty awesome upgrade, but that was also when we went during rainy season, meaning that occupancy was not as high. If you go during prime time, then obviously the rates are going to be more expensive, meaning that you're getting more value for your points, but upgrades might also not be as possible. Two other ones that I've talked about a lot in the past before are going to be Bora Bora as well as the Maldives, just because it is typically pretty expensive there for other properties, so you're getting a lot of value. Getting there is obviously something that needs to be factored in, but again, if you want that YOLO experience, I think it's a pretty good redemption. I think the Hilton no annual fee card is a no-brainer pickup given that it's 100,000 points and there's no annual fee. So worst case, you get those points and then you kind of build it up afterwards. For the Ascend card, I think it's a pretty good offer, but we have seen other offers where you end up getting a free night after the first anniversary, so that might make a bit more sense depending on how you want to play it. So I think that one is a fine offer. It's not bad by any means, but it just really depends on what you're looking for. If you're someone who was going to get the Ascend card and then upgrade to a second Aspire card, then obviously this offer is going to be better than waiting for one that has a free night after the first year. The Aspire offer hasn't changed, and I think it's a no-brainer card for a lot of people just because it's a moneymaker card. You're paying $450, you're getting $500 in credits as well as a free nights. On that note, if you do want to support the channel and you want to learn more about these cards, we do have referral links down below. For some of them, you might need to click through and see other cards, but you'll see the increased Hilton offers for now, at least as of today. I don't have a watch on. One other random note is that if you are someone who stays at a lot of Hiltons stateside, or you just stay at them anyways, Hilton cards are a pretty good way to generate a lot of points just because they typically have promotions, multipliers, and everything else. You're looking at something like 25 to 36 Hilton points for every dollar that you spend. Even if you value this at 0.7 cents per point, you are getting quite a bit of value. One thing I've also noticed is that Hiltons tend to upgrade me more than Marriott's, even when I had platinum status of Marriott. Hopefully that was helpful, and let me know if you guys have any questions. My question for you guys is, what's been your experience of Hiltons or Conrads or Waldorf Astorias? Let me in the community know down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, it really helps us out. If you know anyone else who'd benefit from what we just talked about, feel free to share this video with them because it's probably going to help them out. But otherwise, hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.